Freshman number 5, Draven Payne. A 5'8" freshman number 10, Draven Burks. A 5'11" junior number 13, Braden Shupping. A 6' freshman number 24, Troy Kaloff. A 6' sophomore number 35, Marcus Kripicka. A 5'8" freshman number 41, Devin Harrison. A 5'8" freshman number 52, Andrew Vavra. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for the visitors, the Panthers of Palmyra High. A 6' sophomore number 10, Hunter Poe. A 5'10" sophomore number 11, Alex Hatcher. A 6' 4" junior number 12, Andrew Wolke. A 6' senior number 20, Austin David. And a 6' 1" sophomore number 21, Zach Fitzpatrick. The assistant coaches are Randy David and Matt Starr. The head coach for the Panthers, Zach Wimhoff. And now the starting lineup for the Timberwolves of Exeter-Milligan. A 5'9" freshman number 1, Tyler Dew. A 5'11" junior number 3, Cole Speck. A 6' 1" senior number 11, Jackson Beethe. A 5'10" sophomore number 21, Dason Staskell. And a 5'11" junior number 23, Peyton Pribble. The assistant coaches are Matt Nicholas, Travis Cotis, and Noah Tame. The head coach for the Timberwolves, Dean Philippi.
Eight minutes on the clock. We are ready for the boys B Division Championship between Exeter-Milligan and Palmyra, the 5 versus 6 seed. Exeter-Milligan in the home white uniforms and Palmyra in the road blue, and we are underway from the Beatrice City Auditorium. The starting lineup again for Palmyra: Hunter Pope, Alex Hatcher, Andrew Waltke, Austin David, and Zach Fitzpatrick. For Exeter-Milligan, Cole Sveck, Jackson Beethe, Dason Staskell, Peyton Pribble, and Tyler Dew. It's a zone look for the Timberwolves, who we will probably get a look at in a couple weeks at the Crossroads Conference tournament. Wherever that is, it's going to be at home sites, and now it's an interesting bracket. We'll talk more about that as we get to there. But this is MUDECAS from the Beatrice City Auditorium. Down the lane, the shot good by Zach Fitzpatrick. And the Palmyra Panthers are on the board first. Little half-court trap due just across the timeline into the double team. Now to the near side for Pribble. The first names may change, but the last names, they don't really change much at all, do they? We've got a foul in the backcourt. So it was taken away. Foul going to be called against Staskell. Dason Staskell. And Staskell will come out. Marcus Kripicka into the game. Kripicka, Vavra, Pribble, Beethe, Chopik. These are Exeter and Milligan names for generations. Are they not? And of course, Philippi. Dean Philippi has been with Milligan and Exeter and the Exeter-Milligan family for generations. Jackson Beethe rattles home with 3 for the Timberwolves. And right back to the other end, tip it around, no good. Waltke got a couple of hands on it, but eventually secured by Beethe. And here comes Exeter-Milligan with it. Sveck in the backcourt, now across the line for Dew. Tyler picks it up and he loses it in the double team. Stripped, stolen away, the layup is good for Hunter Pope. Little trouble with this half-court trap. Into the middle, now onto the wing. Sveck tries to attack but lost it out of bounds. Back-to-back turnovers for the Timberwolves. Marcus Krupicka, his first, team's second. And Alex Hatcher at the free throw line for Palmyra. Beethe pulls down the rebound. 5-3, Palmyra with the lead. And again, deflection, and there's another steal. 3 turnovers for the Timberwolves. Quickly to the other end, the layup is good by Fitzpatrick. Zach with 4 quick ones here in the first quarter. Now Beethe breaks the press. Hard to the rim. And a blocking foul. The block up top was good. There was a little body contact with Waltke underneath, and that will be the foul. Andrews first, team's first. It will send Jackson Beethe to the foul line. Beethe's put up some beefy numbers, if you will, pardon the really bad pun. I'm sorry, that I promise that's the only time I'll do that tonight. Beethe with all 5 of the Timberwolves' points. Right back to the other end. Man, that is a down the lane and up and good for Zach Fitzpatrick, who's already got 6 himself. 3 minutes gone. 7-5 our score. To the hoop, Svek just misfires. Beethe, though, grabs the rebound. He lays it back in. Jackson Beethe has all 7 for Exeter-Milligan. And then a deflection by Peyton Pribble. Head coach Zach Wimhoff for Palmyra. Got some cool things happening in that school district. And one of the cool things happening right now is Zach Fitzpatrick, who has knocked down now a 3-pointer. And now he's got 9 points in 3.5 minutes to start the game. Dew stuck in the backcourt. 10-second violation. The Palmyra defense giving the Timberwolves fits right now. Great move, but the shot rattles out for Hunter Pope. Beethe with the rebound. Svek across the timeline. Dew now into the corner. Pribble's 3 is blocked. Not quite saved back in, but the block shot will count from Waltke. Possession will stay with Exeter-Milligan. Trayvon Davis and Nick Sweeney into the ballgame for the Panthers. And then Chris Brackle. Big fella down low. Beethe into the double team. Had it redirected at least by Brackle, who pulls down the rebound. The 3 from Hatcher. We got to scramble on the rebound, and it's going to be Exeter-Milligan basketball. Hatcher trying to close down there and called for the push. 5-point Palmyra lead, 3:17 to go. First quarter. And again, here comes that half-court trap, which has been difficult at times for Exeter-Milligan to get through completely. Dew has a pass deflected, but Svek able to control. Tried to get it to Beethe on the block, and he's fouled. I believe Jackson Dillon, the guilty party. Yes. It's the first on Dillon and the third on the Panthers. Pribble, quick three on the inbounds, in and out. The defensive rebound for Sweeney. Here come the Panthers the other way. Contact, no foul called, and Beethe with the rebound. Now the Timberwolves back. Due for three. That's long. Rebound tracked down by Hatcher. Here come the Panthers. Hatcher, your little Euro step for the layup and good. Timeout, Exeter-Milligan. Coach Philippi wants to talk things over. A 30-second pause as the Timberwolves take the timeout. 2:31 to go, first quarter. We will be back to Beatrice after this.
My name is Chris Worth. I'm a diesel tech at Truck Center Companies, Lincoln, Nebraska. I've been here for 9 months now, and I was kind of worried about coming to a bigger shop in a bigger city, but I mean, this is a big shop with kind of a smaller town environment. It was really easy to transition from the school environment to the shop environment. I mean, all the guys here are really friendly, and if I had any questions, they weren't afraid to help me. I think the biggest part for me of wanting to work here was talking to some of the guys, and they pretty much told me that the sky was the limit. I mean, there's all sorts of trainings you can do, and it just never stops, and that's why I wanted to come and work here.
Palmyra leading, actually 14-7. Get that updated for you here in just a second as Exeter-Milligan again, even after the timeout, a little trouble with that half-court trap. Palmyra has forced 5 turnovers here already in the first quarter, and almost all of them have been in amongst that trap. And we're going to get our score bug updated. Palmyra wearing the blue uniforms on the floor, by the way. Exeter-Milligan in white. So we're going to get the scoreboard colors to more accurately match what the teams are wearing. Beethe gets a 3 in transition. No, but Svek there for a rebound. Double teamed in the corner. Beethe back to Pribble. Peyton's shot no good. And then on the rebound, then a travel. Trying to come out of there was Hunter Pope, and Hunter actually got bumped in from behind by his teammate. Three in the corner, no good by Svek. Here comes Palmyra, quickly into the front court, all the way to the rim. The left-handed layup, no good by David. Beethe the rebound. Beethe, strong move. Boy, backed off his defender, just turned and laid it in. And then a walk in the backcourt, so a turnover right back. Unforced error there for the Panthers. Fitzpatrick, who's got 9 in the quarter, got a breather, now he's back. Alex Hatcher also back in there. Hatcher down the lane, his shot no good, but a follow and a finish from Andrew Welke. Beethe on the baseline. Offensive rebound for Dew. Tyler stuck in the corner there. Out and around, final 20 seconds, first quarter. Beethe on the way up. Jump ball. Possession stays with Exeter-Milligan. Svek on the wing. Final 10 seconds. Pribble. Oh, up top. Stolen away, but will the shot count? It would have, but that is how we will end the first quarter. Palmyra 16, Exeter-Milligan 9. Come back to Beatrice for the MUDECAS tournament after this.
My name is Chris Worth. I'm a diesel tech at Truck Center Companies, Lincoln, Nebraska. I've been here for 9 months now, and I was kind of worried about coming to a bigger shop in a bigger city, but I mean, this is a big shop with kind of a smaller town environment. It was really easy to transition from the school environment to the shop environment. I mean, all the guys here are really friendly, and if I had any questions, they weren't afraid to help me. I think the biggest part for me of wanting to work here was talking to some of the guys, and they pretty much told me that the sky was the limit. I mean, there's all sorts of trainings you can do, and it just never stops, and that's why I wanted to come and work here.
Just down the street, there's a hardware store with great tools, products,
and expert advice.
We've got everything you need.
Because we know the community.
And we know our customers.
So next time,
Next weekend,
or whenever you have a home improvement project,
Drop by. Y'all come see us.
Come on down.
stop in to your local True Value hardware store for all the right tools, products.
And local advice.
True Value.
Start right.
Start here.
Start of the second quarter, Palmyra actually 16-9, not 17. But as we get ready for the start of the second quarter, did get the score bug updated with the colors, so hopefully that matches a little better. Palmyra is wearing their blue uniforms, Exeter-Milligan in their home whites. Skip pass to the near side for Zach Fitzpatrick, who had 9 points in the first few minutes, actually, about the first 3.5 minutes of the game. Quiet in the second half of that quarter. Has a shot and a rebound tipped out of bounds that will go back to Exeter-Milligan. Strong move in the post. Zach Fitzpatrick, another basket. 11 points in the game for him. Beethe alone, good press break, but Beethe can't hit the layup. Fitzpatrick then hits the deck hard on his shot attempt. Staskell picks up his second personal foul, third team foul. And Fitzpatrick looks like he will stay in the ball game for 2 shots. Clean game foul-wise, only 3 fouls called each way. And if you're familiar with the broadcasting jinx, you know that we're about to have a rash of fouls now. Marcus Krupichka into the game. $12 points for Fitzpatrick, but still a little gimpy, so he comes out. And the big fella, Chris Breckel, comes back in. Exeter-Milligan lists Jackson Beethe at 6'1", and he is the tallest, at least in the team picture, by probably a little more than that, to be honest with you. A turnover for the Timberwolves there. 6 of them. They've been better against that half-court trap. Still trail, though, by 10. Good cut, good feed, backside, and the layup good by Waltke. Made possible by Hatcher. Beethe, a little fadeaway shot, but the foul called against Breckle, excuse me. Send Jackson Beethe to the free throw line. Jackson is the only Timberwolf to score in the ballgame so far. It's the 4th team foul against Palmyra. Waltke clears the rebound. Panthers into the front court. In, back out. The 3 from Hatcher is good. Good ball movement there. Give an assist to Chris Breckle. That high post area, working for his position, got the ball, turned, kicked it right backside. Well done. The lead is 14. The 3 from Pribble, no good, but Beethe there for a rebound. Pass deflected. Dew goes and tracks it down. Up ahead to the corner for Beethe for 3, and it's good. Jackson Beethe, still the only scorer. And might have some blood on the face there of Krupichka. Yep, got popped right above the eye. So Jason Brueggemann is the trainer on hand here today. So Johnny on the spot, back behind the stage area, which is well off to your left, but it'd be behind the Exeter-Milligan bench when we get back to that wide shot. And so Jason over there quickly, so get Marcus cleaned up and patched up a little bit. Hopefully back in this ball game quickly. Chris Breckle fouled on a shot attempt. He'll shoot a couple of free throws. The foul against Peyton Pribble goes as his first and the team's 4th. So Chris Breckle at the line. Beethe down the lane, off the front, no good. The defensive rebound for Fitzpatrick. Good to see Zach back on the floor. Hatcher, 3, left wing, good. Got it twice, in fact. Andrew Hatcher, 2 threes in the quarter. He's got 9 points for the game. And a foul just across the timeline on Jackson Dillon. That'll be his 2nd, team's 5th. Cross-court pass is picked off. All the way. The layup, though, no good by Fitzpatrick. Here come the Timberwolves back with it. Kyle Sveck on the far side. Beethe down the lane with the right hand and good. $14 of this team's 15 points. Take that back. He made a free throw. He's got all 15 of his team's points. This is Jackson Beethe. Fitzpatrick and 1. Timeout, Exeter-Milligan. Coach Philippi wants to take a time, and we will as well. His team down 15. When we come back to Beatrice for the MUDECAS basketball tournament.
Midland's mission is to inspire people to learn and lead in the world with purpose.
And I got to be honest, I'm not quite sure why we're not. We might be looking for blood on the court. Marcus Krupichka had gone to the locker area, not the locker room. But yeah, we do have some blood on the court, so got to make sure we get that cleaned up before play continues on. So we can tell you what happened earlier today. We've been here since the 8:45 game. The girls B Division third place game. Pawnee City defeated Palmyra 39-32 in the boys B Division third place game. Johnson Brock defeated Lewiston 57-50. In the girls A Division third place game, Exeter-Milligan girls won over Johnson Brock 37-28. The boys A Division third place game, Freeman defeated Diller Odell 54-40. And then the girls' championship of the B Division that was just wrapped up a while ago was Southern over HTRS, 45-33. So here we are in the boys' B Division championship coming up. Still the girls' and boys' A Division championship games. We are running a little behind schedule. For instance, this game was supposed to start at 4:15. So we're, what are we, something about 30 minutes or so behind schedule. Probably looking at a 6:15 start for the girls' A championship and perhaps a 7:45, 8 o'clock-ish start for that boys' championship, our nightcap yet tonight. Fitzpatrick cannot convert the three-point play after the timeout, and then a little blood time. Oh, that's wrestling. That'll State's coming up in a couple weeks. Here's Beethe, though, breaks the press with a couple of good passes, and Jackson Beethe continues to have all the points for Exeter-Milligan right now. He's got all 17 for the T-Wolves. 3 minutes to go in the first half. And then Beethe just up and steals the ball. Says, I'll take that. Thank you very much. Preble on the right wing. Back up for Svek. Now Dew on the far side. Beethe, baseline, money. That is 19 points right now for Jackson Beethe, the 6'1 senior. Going to need some help, though. His team down 11. And how about that? A big bounce high, and it still goes for Nick Sweeney. It's the third three of the quarter for Palmyra as a team. And then Dew coming across the timeline is fouled by Hunter Pope. Hunter's first, the sixth team foul. Preble, right side, three ball up and three ball down. And finally, someone other than Jackson Beethe has scored for the Timberwolves. Left side, 3 ball, bounces high for David. And the rebound for Svek on the far side. Now Tyler Dew will bring it up. And Jackson Beethe looking at that like, oh, wait a minute, I ain't that tall. 8th turnover unofficially for the Timberwolves. One minute to go in the first half, an 11-point game. It's been as much as 14 has the lead. Exeter-Milligan trying to claw back a little bit, but a foul there on, I believe, Tyler Dew. His first. That's 6 team fouls, so not yet in the bonus. That would be the next foul. Chris Brackel back into the game. A 3 in and out there. And then Svek trying to hustle after the rebound but couldn't quite hang on to it. So it stays with Palmyra. Quick 3, Fitzpatrick, no. Waltke, the rebound, another opportunity. Andrew back to the rim, and a foul. Peyton Pribble picks up his second personal foul, 7th team foul. This is an and one free throw for Waltke, and it's good. 7 points for Andrew here in the first half. The lead back to 14 for Palmyra. And back to the half-court trap, which gave Exeter-Milligan so much trouble early on in this game. Really helped build the lead. Dew now loses it, and it's stolen away. Hatcher into the front court. 15 seconds left. Coach Wemhoff says, one shot, fellas. Baseline, Waltke. Goes up top. Hatcher. No. Beethe's got it. 3 seconds. 2. Get a shot up. No. Svek's shot would not count. Does hit the glass, but that is it. Halftime break. It is all Palmyra right now. 36-22. Panthers leading the Timberwolves of Exeter-Milligan. We're going to have some halftime commercials. And again, a huge, huge thank you to the Johnson County Central Strive crew, Marcus Shear, and all the kids who have ran the entire production today. I have only talked, but the camera switching, the camera movements, the graphics, the scoreboards, all of that student-led. And if your school would be interested in having Strive and figuring out how to do what these kids are doing and what Marcus is doing, by all means, hit us up, strive.tv, click on the features, fill out our form, and we'll get you some more information, because the Strive Schools community is a strong one right now, and we're looking forward to everything that we get to do with all of the students. Got a winter summit that we just put out, some video series, and looking forward to our live panel coming up at the end of January on the 27th. So exciting stuff happening within the Strive Schools community. Would love to have you and your school be a part of it. Halftime here for the MUDECAS Boys B Division Championship game. Palmyra leading Exeter-Milligan 36-22. We will be back to Beatrice after this.
Tecumseh Insurance Center understands that your insurance products are only as good as your agent, and that's why personalized service is our specialty. As an independent agency, we offer a number of insurance options for your home, auto, business, farm, and crop insurance needs. We are proud to operate and do business in our small rural community and want to provide you with the best protection and options available. Please call us for a quote at 402-335-4123 or visit us on the web at tecumsehInsuranceCenter.com.
Just down the street, there's a hardware store with great tools, products,
And expert advice.
We've got everything you need.
Because we know the community.
And we know our customers. So next time, next weekend,
or whenever
you have a home improvement project,
Drop by. Y'all come see us.
come on down.
stop in to your local True Value hardware store for all the right tools, products,
And local advice.
True Value.
Start right.
Start here.
36-22, your halftime score. We're ready for the start of the third quarter here of the MUDECAS Boys B Division Championship. Got the girls and the boys A Division Championships yet to come in the nightcaps. We are running a little behind schedule as far as start time, but one guy who has not missed start time, that's Jackson Beethe. He has 21 of the 24 points for Exeter-Milligan right now in the ball game. He had 19 there in the first half and the first basket right out of the gate here after halftime. Shot no good, and Pribble with the rebound. Exeter-Milligan trailed by as many as 14, including the 14 at the half. Beethe right back to work, and why not? 23 points, and Zach Wemhoff is like, hey, that's the one guy that's scoring. We got to stop that. 30-second timeout taken by the Panthers. 6:53 to go here in the third quarter. We mentioned things that are coming up yet tonight. Well, that's the A Division Girls Championship next. BDS taking on Fall City Sacred Heart. A rematch of last year's championship game. If you remember, Sacred Heart led most of the game. Very close throughout the game, but Sacred Heart led most of the game. And BDS went on a late run and basically stole a championship from Sacred Heart. The Irish were undeterred after that and had a great run the rest of the way on their season. And then we've got the boys A Division Championship on the schedule at 7:15. I would imagine that's something more like a 7:45, 8 o'clock-ish start. Parkview Christian, who took a buzzer beater win earlier this week over Freeman to get to the championship game. They are taking on the 3 seed in Tri-County. So that's your boys championship coming up later on tonight. Beethe clears a rebound. The lead is 10 for Palmyra. Dew drives, kicks, Svek for 3, no. Fight on the rebound is going to stay. Beethe had the position. And Zach Fitzpatrick, who had a fantastic first half himself with 14 points, picks up his first personal foul, first team foul of the half. Dew left open, can't hit the 3 though. Offensive rebound and the putback no good. But a foul called, and Dason Staskell will go to the line for 2 shots. Alex Hatcher picks up his second, team second. You know, the other thing with Beethe scoring all but the 3 points is there weren't a lot of free throw trips. In fact, Beethe was 3 for 4. This is the first person to score or shoot free throws besides Beethe. Now a fresh 5 for Coach Wemhoff. We see Austin Junker in for the first time. Jackson Dillon is out there. Chris Breckel. 24, Nick Sweeney played some in that first half, and Drew Earhart is out there. So Coach Wemhoff not pleased with his starting 5 effort in the first couple of minutes. And so they're going to watch for some time. Breckel high post, hanging shot, will not fall. Rebounds for Svek. So the lead is 9. First 5 of the half scored by Exeter-Milligan. Beethe, long 2. Foul on the rebound. Sweeney had it, and Kyle Svek called for the foul. Svek's first, team's first of the half. Bit of an unforced turnover there for Palmyra, just their 5th of the game. Beethe gets it to the hoop, draws the foul. 2 shots coming for Jackson Beethe. Junker with his first personal, 3rd team foul already. 2 of them shooting fouls in favor of Exeter-Milligan. That is 24 of his team's points. Now 25 of his team's points for Jackson Beethe. Pretty remarkable that he's got his team in this position, and then he gets a turnover. Dew has it near side. Svek, now Beethe, far corner for 3. Why not? Absolutely. Jackson Beethe is absolutely feeling it right now for the Timberwolves. He has brought his team back to within 4. They were down 14 at the start of this quarter. It is a 10-0 start in the first 3 minutes of the period. Starting 5 for Palmyra, set to come back in at the next dead ball. Underneath. A shot, point blank, missed. Svek the rebound. Has Beethe. Oh, a little pressure. Svek had to pick up his dribble, couldn't get it to Beethe. Now Pribble for 3. Missed it all. Beethe tries to save it back in, but Palmyra controls. That's Earhart with it. Now on the far side is Dillon. Good ball movement. Breckel puts it in. Chris Breckel with 3 points in the game. That is the first points of the second half for Palmyra. It comes 4 minutes into the quarter. Pribble open again. That one finally goes. Peyton Pribble has the only other field goal besides Jackson Beethe for Exeter-Milligan. And a timeout for Palmyra. The ball stuck in the corner, ball on the floor. Coach Wimhoff says, yeah, let's take that timeout. The starting 5 is coming back in for the Panthers, but that lead that was 14 at one point is down to 3. Just like that, Jackson Beethe has scored 8 points in the quarter, and he's finally gotten some help. Pribble hits the 3, Stacekel hits the free throw. And here have come Dean Phillippe's Exeter-Milligan Timberwolves. State championship game appearances and titles in football, appearances and titles in basketball. We know about the girls and their pedigree with the volleyball championships, the basketball tournament championships, the appearances. These Timberwolves, the stage is never too big, the deficit never too big. They're always coming after you, right? Far from being over in this game. Good inbounds play, an open 3 will not fall though for Pope. And the defensive rebound for Stacekel. And then, running out of bounds, Tyler Dew, the freshman. First week at the auditorium in Beatrice. This is not playing in Milligan, right? We got a little extra room on the sidelines. He just ran right out of bounds is what he did. Near wing, David with it. High post, Fitzpatrick. Can't get the shot. Beethe snatches the rebound. Oh, but the pass deflected up and away. And we're going back to Palmyra. Beethe a little lackadaisical on his outlet pass. Had it tipped away and controlled by Fitzpatrick. That is the second foul on Beethe, the second team foul on Exeter-Milligan. Timberwolves down by 3 after trailing by 14 to start this half. Down the lane with a right hand, spin it in for Hunter Pope. A needed basket right there. Pushes the lead back to 5. Waltke with a steal, but then called for the travel. Skidded to a stop with that right foot and then kind of pivot toe, heel, toe. And you can pivot on one foot, but usually toe, heel, toe gets you more movement than the officials like to see. Skip pass for Dew. Svek, Pribble. Beethe, corner three, got it again. Jackson Pribble has his team within 2. The score in this quarter is 16-4 in favor of Exeter-Milligan. Down the lane and backside, Waltke got it. Waltke's got 9 points in the game, the lead back to 4. Beethe up top. Pribble lines it up. Defensive rebound for Hatcher. In the lane, nice move by Fitzpatrick. Didn't try to rush the shot. Gathered himself nicely. And that's back-to-back hoops for the Panthers, who pushed the lead back to 6. So Exeter-Milligan got it to 2, but now it's back to 6. Minute 15 to go, third quarter. Pass up top, stolen away. Steal for Austin David with a left hand. No, Waltke's tip, no good. And Beethe's got it now. And then Beethe has it stolen by Waltke. Back to Fitzpatrick, who will go to the line for 2. Now, second time in the quarter we've seen Beethe snatch a rebound, but then just a little kind of underhand flip over to a teammate to bring it up, and it's cost the Timberwolves both times. The foul, by the way, was called on Tyler Dew. That is his second, the team's third. Free throw up and good for Fitzpatrick. Now wearing number 20 is Marcus Krupichka. Number 35 got a little extra blood on it, so he is wearing number 20. He is in. We've got a timeout, though, taken. It's a 30-second timeout taken by Exeter-Milligan. Taking a look at Coach Zach Wemhoff and the Palmyra Panthers, 45-38 their lead. They led it by 14 at half, 36-22. But what Jackson Beethe is trying to pull off is just kind of some sort of ridiculousness right now. He's got 11 in the quarter, and if that's right, yeah. 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 9. That's 11 in the quarter. That means 30 for the game. And we're going to be scratching for the record book of the MUDECAS tournament here in a little bit. Both free throws good by Fitzpatrick. And the lead, which had come down to 2, remember this is now 6 in a row for Palmyra. Wonderful answered after they saw most of their lead evaporate. Now we got a scramble, and now it's stolen away, and the layup is good, and it's 8 in a row, 4 of them from Fitzpatrick. And now the half-court trap is back. This is what caused Exeter-Milligan all sorts of problems in the first half. Beethe, a runner, and that's good again. He's got 32 in the game. 25 seconds to go, third quarter. Waltke, 15 seconds, 1 shot left here in the third quarter for Palmyra. Waltke, tough shot, Langan under the roof, but there's the putback for Fitzpatrick. 8 points in the quarter, 22 for the game. 3 seconds to go. Does Dew realize it? He does not. Not even going to get a shot up at the end of the third quarter. Palmyra with a nice answer. After Exeter-Milligan cuts the lead down to 2, Palmyra ends it with a flurry, and they will go to the fourth quarter still leading by 10, 50-40. We'll come back to Beatrice right after this.
My name is Chris Worth. I'm a diesel tech at Truck Center Companies, Lincoln, Nebraska. I've been here for 9 months now, And I was kind of worried about coming to a bigger shop in a bigger city, but I mean, this is a big shop with kind of a smaller town environment. It was really easy to transition from the school environment to the shop environment. I mean, all the guys here are really friendly, and if I had any questions, they weren't afraid to help me. I think the biggest part for me of wanting to work here was talking to some of the guys, and they pretty much told me that the sky was the limit. I mean, there's all sorts of trainings you can do, and it just never stops, and that's why I wanted to come and work here.
50-40, Palmyra leading Exeter-Milligan as we get ready for the start of this fourth quarter. That lead had been 2 at one point before Palmyra closes on an 8-0 run. 6 of those points came from Zach Fitzpatrick, and a huge flurry, and a huge in importance of flurry to capture that momentum back for Palmyra as we head to the fourth quarter. One of the stories, though, for Exeter-Milligan, Jackson Beethe has 30 of his team's 40. And before a shot, we've got a foul on the floor. Marcus Krupicka with his second personal foul, 4th team foul. Palmyra on the inbound. Waltke's tried to get it, now it's tipped, kicked, can do, save it. He cannot. It'll go back to Palmyra. Good hustle by the freshman, but that kick forward actually probably should have stopped the play anyway, but on we went anyway. Three ball from the right wing, up and good. Alex Hatcher coming through in a big way. That's his 3rd 3 of the game. He's got 12 points, and the lead back to 13 for Palmyra. In the post, now back out, down the lane goes Speck. He missed it on the bottom side. Here comes Waltke. Has a 3-on-1. Left side, the layup good for Zach Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick's got 24 points in the ball game. And the lead back to 15. We've nearly matched the biggest lead again of the game for Palmyra. Remember when they felt like it was theirs to lose, Waltke then picks off a pass, but gives it right back. Jackson Dillon comes into the game. And now we're going to get a timeout for Exeter-Milligan. So Coach Dean Philippi wants to gather his troops again. 6:20 to go, fourth quarter, 55-40 is your score. Don't forget, we've got the A championship games coming up yet. BDS taking on Fall City Sacred Heart in the girls game. Parkview Christian and Tri-County in the boys game. That girls championship game was scheduled to start at 5:45. Obviously, we're going to be behind that. I would say a little closer to 6:10 tip time, and we're probably somewhere around 7:45, maybe 8 o'clock for that boys championship game. So just a heads up to our viewers starting to tune into the JCC Strive channel for BDS and Fall City Sacred Heart. That girls A championship will start. They've been putting a 15-minute timer on the clock, so we'll get through our post-game awards real quick, and then they get straight into the warm-ups for 15 minutes. So there's a little bit of the pageantry still. We do still give out to the Jane White all-tournament teams, and I would invite you to check out the post on StriveSports.com. We'll have all of those listed out for you a little bit later on tonight, but Jane White still, her memory still honored with the rainbow tie-dyed colored ribbons for the Jane White all-tournament team. Beethe, lost it. Thought about a shot, thought about a drive, and I think Jackson just forgot about the ball for a split second. So the lead 15 with 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Pass deflected all the way up in the air. Pribble ends up coming away with a loose ball. And coming across near side, Hunter Pope with a reach-in foul. Be the first on Pope and the fourth on Palmyra of the second half. Timberwolves will inbound on the near side. How important was that final 2 minutes or so of the third quarter after Jackson Beethe had done the brunt of his work? He's got 30 points in the game. There's an unforced turnover, trying to get it over to Svek. But Jackson Beethe scored 11 points in that third quarter. He got help from a three-pointer from Peyton Pribble and a free throw from Dason Staskell. That made it a 2-point game. It was 42-40. Since then, a 13-0 run, including 8-0 at the end of the third quarter to push the lead back to 10 for Palmyra. Just an awesome, awesome answer when it seemed like everything was going the way of Exeter-Milligan there midway through that third quarter. In the lane, the big fella, Chris Breckel. 4 points in the second half, 5 for the game. And now the lead is 17. This is the largest lead of the game. How about a 15-0 run right now for Palmyra? Last 2 minutes of the third quarter and the first 3.5 here of the fourth. In the corner, Beethe will line up the three. That one no good. Another opportunity though. Pribble can't hit it from long range. That one tipped out of bounds by Palmyra. Fitzpatrick the last to get a fingertip on it. Pribble, quick three on the inbounds. That's off the front, but Beethe with an offensive rebound. Before he can shoot, though, a foul on the floor. Timberwolves will inbound. Fitzpatrick with his second personal foul, fifth team foul for the Panthers. Svek back in the corner. Pribble steps in for a long two. Tyler Dew tracks down the rebound. Looking for Beethe on the backside. Jackson hard back to the rim, and he got it. Jackson Beethe with 32 points in the ball game, but his team down 15. Svek comes away with a steal, though, and then has it stolen right back, and Fitzpatrick lays it in. Zach Fitzpatrick has 26 points in the ball game. And now we've got a stoppage of play. The shoe strap for Kyle Svek had come undone, so the officials didn't want him to trip on that, so he checks or stops that. Staskell back in as Krupicka goes to the bench. Beethe near side. Pass off the backboard, might have been for Beethe. Fitzpatrick goes baseline all the way to the rim and good. Fitzpatrick saying, well, I got 28, Beethe's got 32, and now Waltke's got another steal. Offensive foul. Svek stood his ground. Took a hard charge there from Alex Hatcher. The lead now 19. Pribble, left corner. Beethe grabs the rebound. Fouled by Pope.
Personal foul call on number 12, Andrew Walke, his second personal foul. 7th team fouls. At the line shooting, number 11, Jackson Beethe.
Officials borrowing a towel from the Palmyra bench. So we've got a 1-and-1 here. There we go. Now the towel's back to the bench, and now Jackson Beethe can try this again. 1-and-1 for Jackson. Five of 7 at the line is Beethe so far tonight. Nice, 6 of 8. Pick and roll down to Fitzpatrick. Wave off the shot. Push from behind. It's going to be the 6th foul on the floor. Staskell, the guilty party, his 3rd. 5th team foul. Walke inbounds. Good. 11 for Walke. And the lead back to 19. Svek drives, hangs, no. Fitzpatrick the rebound. Now minute 25, 19-point lead. Coach Zach Wemhoff going to take a timeout. He's got some youngsters set to come into the ball game. So a substitution timeout. Coach Dean Philippi handling likewise. Palmyra fans on their feet. Well done by their guys. You talk about weathering a storm. Leading by 14 at half, 36-22. Jackson Beethe got some help in the fourth quarter while he was busy scoring 11 himself. At one point, the lead for Palmyra was down to 2. It was 42-40. Keep that in mind, 42-40. This is a 21-4 end of this game, basically, as it stands right now. I know we got some time left. But effectively, when your starters come out, it is more or less a 21-4 run to secure this spread again. Really pretty remarkable, and what an answer, because, boy, it seemed like there wasn't going to be any stopping Beethe, and if he was going to get just a little bit of help, like we mentioned, Pribble hit a 3, Staskell hit a free throw. But unfortunately for Exeter-Milligan, it wasn't quite enough, and that momentum didn't carry to the end of the quarter. So they got within 2, and they couldn't get it all the way back. And Palmyra is going to end up with the B Division championship of the MUDECAS tournament this year in a well-played game, really, by both teams. Jump ball possession stays with Exeter-Milligan. Don't forget, we've got the Girls A Championship, BDS versus Sacred Heart, coming up next, and then the Boys A Championship, Parkview Christian and Tri-County, set to stop things at the end of the night. Be a good way to end this one. Tip and a steal, but then a carry right back. Chandler Berry gets that basket there. So that's going to do it for the boys B Division Championship game. Congratulations to Palmyra, 65-44, your final over Exeter-Milligan. Remarkable, remarkable job there by Palmyra. The weather that storm in the third quarter, get the flurry, and then the finish.
And gentlemen, this is MUDECAS would like to welcome you all to come up and receive the 2021 MUDECAS B Division runner-up trophy, Exeter-Milligan Timberwolves. Now that goes that quick off. We'd like to ask you to come forward and please accept the gold medals and hand out to your gentlemen. And all of you are welcome to come up and receive the 2021 B Division MUDECAS Championship plaque. Congratulations to the Palmyra Panthers. And now we would like to present to you the MUDECAS Boys B Division All-Tournament Team, the honorable mention. From Johnson Brock, Caleb Fossenberger. From Johnson Brock, Nick Parrott. From Lewiston, Hayden Christian. From Lewiston, Matthew Parker. From HTRS, Nick Knudsen. From HTRS, Gage Sharp. From Sterling, Sam Bolts. From Meridian, Keegan Sons. From Pawnee City, Kyle Guerra. And from Exeter-Milligan, Cole Smith. And now the MUDECAS Boys B Division All-Tournament First Team. From Palmyra, Alex Hatcher. From Exeter-Milligan, Peyton Pribble. From Palmyra, Andrew Walkie. From Exeter-Milligan, Jackson Beethe. And from Palmyra, Zach Fitzpatrick. Congratulations once again to the MUDECAS Boys B Division champion, the Palmyra Panthers. We would like to remind you, Palmyra fans, please exit to the floor and to the right. Exeter-Milligan fans, please exit to the floor and to the left so we can clear the stands for the beginning of our next game. Thank you.
So again, your final score in the boys B Division Championship, Palmyra 65, Exeter-Milligan 44. 34 points unofficially, although
Just down the street, there's a hardware store with great tools, products.
Perhaps had 9. I honestly don't know. Dayson State School did have 1. I had Pribble for 6 in the ball game. For Palmyra, 4 points from Hunter Pope, 5 from Chris Brackle, 12 from Alex Hatcher, 11 from Andrew Woltke, 2 from Chandler Berry, 3 from Nick Sweeney, and 28 points from Zach Fitzpatrick. You saw Fitzpatrick, Waltke, and Hatcher all first team, all MUDECAS, the Jane White all MUDECAS team. Jackson Beethe and Peyton Pribble were on the first team for Exeter-Milligan. So fantastic job by those teams. We reset the scoreboard and all that coming back for the girls A Division Championship. Sacred Heart taking on BDS. Come back with us on Strive TV.
My name is Chris Worth. I'm a diesel tech at Truck Center Companies, Lincoln, Nebraska. I've been here for 9 months now, and I was kind of worried about coming to a bigger shop in a bigger city, but I mean, this is a big shop with kind of a smaller town environment. It was really easy to transition from the school environment to the shop environment. I mean, all the guys here are really friendly, and if I had any questions, they weren't afraid to help me. I think the biggest part for me of wanting to work here was talking to some of the guys, and they pretty much told me that the sky was the limit. I mean, there's all sorts of trainings you can do, and it just never stops, and that's why I wanted to come and work here.
Midland's mission is to inspire people to learn and lead in the world with purpose.